There is heightened fear in many Oklahoma Hispanic communities that law enforcement will be rounding up undocumented people for deportation. An effort to quell those fears is underway in Tulsa County, where the Sheriff's Department has an agreement with the federal government establishing ICE officers and deportation detention space.
Quieren poner una queja contra uno del Estado, the trooper.
This week, Director of Hispanic Outreach for the Tulsa Police Department, Officer Jesse Guardiola, answered questions before a group gathered at Union School's Adult Learning Center. Many who attended wanted to know what their civil rights are as undocumented residents.
Well, can you say I don't have ID? It is not required in the United States for you to carry ID everywhere you go. So you can say, no, I don't have identification. I'm not driving the car.
Attorney Laura Bachman is the Immigration Program Manager for the YWCA and is also a member of the City of Tulsa's Hispanic Commission. She counsels undocumented Tulsa residents.
These individual immigrants feel that dehumanization. They are no longer humans who are valued. They have been dehumanized to a number or to a title, and that title is illegal or unwanted.
The immigrant community needs to understand that the police department wants you. The Tulsa Police Department wants you, and the Tulsa Police Department wants to work with you to solve issues of crime.
Guardiola assured the group that the Tulsa Chief of Police and the Mayor of Tulsa stand firm in department policy that Tulsa police aren't interested in someone's legal status.
That we are not going to be forced to go and hunt down immigrants in our community. They have said that is not what we're about. The Tulsa Police Department, again, Tulsa Police Department.
Guardiola emphasized the difference between the police and the Tulsa Sheriff's Department.
The policies are different between the Tulsa Police Department and the Sheriff's Department. They do have authorization to house and detain unauthorized immigrants in Tulsa County.
That is because the Tulsa County Sheriff's Department is one of only 38 law enforcement agencies in the entire nation to be part of the federal government's 287G program. The Tulsa County Sheriff is Vic Rigolato.
How it works here is that we have deputies that are specially trained to work within the 287G program. When an individual is arrested by the arresting agency during the booking process, they ascertain as to whether or not this individual was born in this country or not.
The Tulsa County deputies who work for the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, decide whether those booked into the jail are subject to deportation.
Typically what we look for, or what they look for, is whether or not this individual is a threat to national security, committing violent crimes or felony crimes, and whether or not they've been deported multiple times.
The sheriff says the department does not engage in rounding up illegal immigrants for deportation. But recent executive orders by President Donald Trump change U.S. deportation priorities, according to legal scholars like University of Tulsa College of Law professor Elizabeth McCormick.
Essentially, the memos say anyone who is in the United States who doesn't have legal authorization to be here is a priority for removal.
McCormick says the orders also expand the reach of ICE.
So the order calls for an expansion of existing programs that essentially deputize local law enforcement agencies to do immigration enforcement work.
How and if that will affect the ICE program in Tulsa County is not yet known. But the unknown is what is causing anxiety in the Hispanic community, according to Mana Tahai, who is the YWCA's interim director of immigration and refugee programs.
We had a school who contacted us asking us to come speak to their families because they wanted to pull their children out of school, for fear of either their children, being questioned in school, or for fear of themselves being deported and their children coming home to an empty home.
Just in the last 2 days, our phones at YWCA, our phones have been ringing off the hook, And there's been a steady stream of people trying to get information on how do we get a power of attorney.
Officer Guardiola can only offer assurances it won't be the Tulsa police causing a family split.
But if it is ICE, if they do a checkpoint, or possibly the sheriff's department does a checkpoint, they will be asking for your papers.
Does that happen here in Tulsa?
It has happened in the past. I don't know of it happening right now, but that does not mean it's not going to start.